really love your nails and your locks.
Thank you.
What is your name?
Angela.
Brilliant. Thank you, Angela, for taking your time to, we picked you randomly on the road.
I'm Aurelian.
Bethany Stacy.
Bethany Stacy. Oh, you have a beautiful name.
What's your name?
My name is Enoch Salat.
My name is Cookie.
Ooh. Do you have a meaning behind your name?
It was Mkuki, because my favorite song for Jua Kali was called Mkuki. Back in the day when you used to come from school and then you're listening to that show that used to come at 5 for music.
What's your name, please?
Samantha.
Oh, you have a beautiful name. So I have a few questions for you. What's the funniest or most memorable thing your dad has ever done for you?
Let's say like just catching up, going for a walk. Yeah, like it's so sweet of him. Yeah.
There are a lot, but the most funniest one was when I was a little kid and he took me horse riding. So like we were supposed to take a photo, but he was afraid of the horse, so like he was running away. And I also have a pic of that, so it was so funny. Yeah.
Oh, and it was his idea.
Yeah, it was his idea.
My name is Lewis Bogokma.
Your setting in your family, are you the only son?
Yes, the only son with 2 sisters.
What's your relationship with your sisters?
Really close, actually. Closest to the second born sister. Mostly because we both share the same passion, being tech and everything tech in fields. And also the firstborn, because she's also like a second mom, being the firstborn in all. So she definitely took the role as second mom very properly.
What's your relationship with your dad?
Well, currently my dad is not alive, but the relationship I had with my dad was one of the best relationships I've ever had with anyone, He was a really, really good father, a very present father. He was kind, he was very quiet. Hakuwa na mambo mingi sana.
Something exciting about your dad?
Most of my life he's been a very formal man, but seeing him smile sometimes and like small joys he has whenever he's happy is kind of exciting, I'd say.
Something I really, really love about my dad is the way he's so enthusiastic about education. Like my education, he follows thoroughly. Yeah, that's something I love about him.
We used to go out, just the 2 of us, because we have siblings, older siblings, but sometimes you used to just take me outside and we just go and have food together, and then he tells me, don't tell your brothers I took you out, sawa. Yeah, so I really had a good relationship with my dad.
What are some of those memorable moments you've had with your dad, some of those fun things you've done together?
He likes taking us out, mostly when we were young, like Luna Park, Uhuru Park, like we used to go out a lot. Yeah.
Tell me something about your mom, anything.
I'd say she's kind. I get most of my kindness from her.
What's one thing your dad is really good at or something he taught you?
First of all, my dad is a teacher. So in primary, he taught me Kiswahili. Actually, that's my best subject. I'm a guide. He's been my guider. I'm a guide, even though tumekuwa na roughs, ups and downs. Yeah, amenifunza a lot about life.
So my dad is good at calculation, so he taught me to do maths. So like I love maths. So like through him I've understood how to do it, and yeah.
Never stop trying. That's the one thing she'd always say. Even if you fall down and you feel like you're on the ground, just never stop trying. Because always, even when you feel like your classes are hitting you hard, when you're going through a lecture and you don't even understand anything, just going back to like in my room and I call her, she'd always say, don't stop trying. No matter how tough it becomes, just go through it. And miraculously, even when you go through it through the night and the next day you wake up fresh and you go through it, you realize it really wasn't that hard.
Think sacrifice. Just seeing how much she can put aside her own interests, her own what she wants to pursue in life so that she could raise 3 strong kids, and just seeing the joy she brings into the family as well. It's kind of very exciting to have her as a mom.
He used to cook every single Sunday, because now my dad was living separately from my mom. Every single Sunday he was expecting us. So by the time we got there, he had already prepared food because he knew we loved, tulikuwa tunapenda kukula sana hiyo time.
What's your favorite thing to do with your dad?
My favorite thing to do with my dad is like shopping. I like shopping with him because he rarely says no. So like it's usually an advantage, yeah. And it's like a way of bonding with him, consult him on stuff, or maybe he's advising me on stuff to not do in university, things to do, yeah, stuff like that, yeah.
Also, the last born in our family, having that strong connection with our mom is something really, I'd say sacred, because there are things that open up to her more, and we talk more deeply than anyone else that I'd rather talk to.
Do you think your dad is a loving man, and why?
I'd say he's a loving man, just because he, as much as he wouldn't say it, he shows it. He shows it by providing, he shows it by the endless talks about what you should do to have a good life. He shows it by setting a good example as a man in terms of what you should do to become a good, successful man in the future, and I think he does it well. So he may not tell me he loves me, but he shows it.
And about your mom, how's your relationship?
Well, my mom, I have not met her for so many years because she gave us out to our father. So I've not met her for so long. Even now, if you tell me this is your mother, I wouldn't recognize her.
Tell me about your siblings.
I have 2 older brothers, and I'm the only girl, the last born.
Tell me about your relationship with your brothers.
Obviously has a lot of downs, but because we argue sometimes, but I think they are one of the best things in my life still. Like, I love them so much. I would do anything for them. But yeah.
What's one word you would use to describe your dad?
I'll describe my dad as a provider because he has never failed. If it's a no, it will be a no for a period of time, but after a while he'll just come and say yes and he'll give it to you. So like, yeah.
He's my confidant actually. Yeah.
Can you classify your mom to be a superhero?
Definitely. Even if there was even a better word for superhero, I would definitely put her on top of that. She's my confidant, the most selfless person I actually know. She'd go out of her way personally to do anything for me, and I just hope one day in future that I can be able to return the favor to her.
Superman.
Okay.
All my life, everything I have, it's my dad. Everything, literally. Yeah, everything, every problems I have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I consider him a superhero, and what makes me think he is the way he shows up for me and my brothers. Like, he'll do literally anything for us, like literally anything. So I consider that something really nice, like, yeah.
Okay, now that I'm alone, and now that I'm outside from the home, I'd see how much comfortable I was, and I didn't realize it then. But now seeing it now, I'm like, hey, he was a superhero to make. He just made us feel very, very, very taken care of, that we forgot to see how much went into it. And seeing that now, yeah, he's kinda is a superhero.
Yes, he was my best friend because, by the way, my dad was so strict on my brothers, but he was never strict on me. Even if I did something wrong, he would get mad, but he wouldn't go to an extreme of, unajua kitambo tulikuwa tunachapwa. Yes, so I think my dad was my superhero. He was my best friend. Yeah.
What's the one thing you can tell her right now that you probably are planning to tell her or you've never told her?
I'm always proud of her, even through the fights, even the squabbles, the ups and downs. I'm always proud of her, even when she's ingenuity, even on starting businesses, even when she puts her mind to something. There's that usually pride I have for her. And as a son, I am always so proud to actually call her my mom.
So what kind of topics do you guys talk about?
Let's say if I met someone, encounters with people, how my day was, nitamwambia what I learned that day, how school is, how my grades are, nitamwambia, like, yeah, basically everything about myself.
We'll talk about Michael Jackson because he loved Michael Jackson so much. Every single time we'd go out, we'd remind him, we want that CD for Michael Jackson because we want to watch his music videos. And also when at that time pia technology ilikuwa imeanza kukuja, and we were not staying in Nairobi, so we were like, we want a TV, we want to start watching movies and all that, and he made sure that happened.
what advice did your dad used to give you that you still remember, that you still live by?
Yes, I think my dad used to tell me. Okay, he used to say it in a very not in a very joking manner, but he meant it. He used to say, "Do not ever behave like somebody who is primitive. You know, somebody who is not learned. You need to understand that when people are talking to you, especially when you're in a particular setting, you need to talk like you understand what you're saying." Yeah.
Have you ever thought of maybe taking your dad on a date, or has he ever taken you out on a date?
I was actually thinking of asking him to be my Valentine this but yeah, but I'm kind of scared, but yeah, we've never gone on such yet, but I've been thinking about it.
Say something to your mom that you've never told her and you've always wanted to tell her, and also tell your dad something that you've always wanted to tell him and you've never told him.
To mom, I appreciate the sacrifice. I appreciate the love, and I see it, and I'm very aware of what goes into you bringing this family together, and I love you. Yeah. And to dad, being here now, I'd say thank you. I'd say I appreciate of what you have done to make sure we are here in life, and I also love you.
I've never told him I love him. Yeah, but I love him so much, very much, and yeah.
Because you've taken your time to give us a very juicy story.
We are not sponsored by this, but we felt like since you've given us that opportunity to interview you, we should give you something small.
That might be like a Valentine's thing, which you can actually go ahead and gift your mom.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
So just a minute, I go pick it.
Flower.
Happy Valentine's. And you can tell your daddy Happy Valentine's too. Oh, okay. Bye.
Bye.